everyone. I'm Donna Bush with your CIGTV News Update this Wednesday evening. Well, the work continues towards building a world-class civil service. On Wednesday morning, hundreds of leading civil servants joined Acting Governor His Excellency Franz Manderson and Acting Deputy Governor Mrs. Gloria McField-Nixon, taking part in a morning of interactive fun. Facilitator David Suarez and his team of 3 from Miami, Florida, kept those in attendance engaged, involved, and laughing throughout the entire process. Now, civil servants were involved with impromptu scenarios geared towards real-life on-the-job issues. Their fellow civil servants provided suggestions on how to better carry out various employee interactions. Now, this was the 7th such leadership conference put on by the portfolio of the civil service as they work to get their leaders leading in better ways. Well, hundreds of adults and children visited the Georgetown Library on Saturday at the Cayman Islands Book Fair as that was held. The 4-hour event provided refreshments, raffles, and giveaways and free library registrations for children of all ages. 21 local authors exhibited in the Local Authors Expo and book sale in the historic library. 8 authors and 1 local poet participated in book reading, while several partner companies offered family-friendly activities in the children's library. Other activities included short skit performances, face painting, chess games, and massages. According to organizers, the book fair was a resounding success. Well, today we continue our coverage of the weekend's BRAC Heritage Autumn Festival. Flights and all accommodations on our sister island were filled to capacity over the weekend as tourists and locals traveled to the island for a weekend filled with relaxation and fun. The Heritage Day event was held on Saturday, and there was lots to do, see, and enjoy at the Scott's Dock on the west end of Cayman BRAC. Attending the event were elected officials from the BRAC, Deputy Premier and Minister for Tourism, the Honourable Moses McConnell, and Minister for Education, Sports, Youth, Agriculture and Lands, the Honourable Juliana O'Connor Connolly.
Domestic tourism, friends and family, bringing them home. We have been striving for this for a couple years well now. You can see that it continues to grow. You can see what it does on those weekends. And we have quite a few of these during the year. But again, the heritage, the cultural part of it, I think that's one of the secrets of the BRAC itself. When you take your time, I believe that since both of you have been here today, you drove around a little bit and you kind of really felt Caymankind.
Yes, it's a time to pass it on to the next generation, but also to share the Cayman BRAC kind with the visitors alike. And we hope that, as we go into Cayman Thanksgiving, into the fall season, that they would take some time. Yes, we love our turkey and ham, but they would take some time to have some afternoon teas and just share about where we've come from, where we're going, and where we would like to still proceed and progress.
The Celebrate Cayman team also joined the festivities with their traveling display curated by the Cayman Islands National Museum and featuring artifacts that share the story of the coat of arms and serves as a preview of the museum's upcoming coat of arms exhibition. To learn more about the Celebrate Cayman district display, you can visit the dedicated website, celebratecayman.ky. That's celebratecayman.ky. Well, in an effort to have shorter wait times at its counters, the Department of Immigration has completed a cross-training initiative to enhance its customer service experience. 10 staff members from a cross-section of employees within the department recently participated in a week-long training course. Following the classroom training, all participants were placed in a live environment at the public counters where they worked under supervision, interfacing with customers and accepting applications. In a press release, Public Counter Administrator Winston Hunter is quoted as saying, "The cross-training initiative has been beneficial for all stakeholders as it most importantly allows officers to attend to customers' needs in a more timely and efficient manner." Acting Chief Immigration Officer Mr. Bruce Smith applauded the participants for sacrificing their time to attend the training and, more significantly, their willingness to take on additional duties as the need arose. As always, if you would like to take a look at our CIGTV programming this week, you can go online to gis.gov.ky, click on the publications link at the bottom of this home screen. If you missed today's news update, you can get all the details on our Cayman Islands Government Facebook page as well as the CIG Television YouTube channel. For now, I'm Donna Bush, though. Thanks for joining me as always. I hope you'll do the same again tomorrow. Until then, be safe and have a wonderful night.
The Esterly-Tibbetts Highway 3-lane roundabout is ready for drivers. It's time to make sure you know how to use it. First, know which exit you need to take. Pay attention to lane arrows and signs. Make sure you use your signal to change lanes or exit the roundabout. To turn left, you always approach in the left-hand lane and indicate left. To drive straight ahead, you need to be looking out for signs and road markings indicating which lane to use. Get in one of the lanes marked with a straight-through arrow. If turning right, you must use the right-hand lane and indicate accordingly. To use the roundabout safely, remember these 3 tips. Know your exit, pick your lane, and signal to make your turn.
Did you know that planning permission is required for a shed? Did you know you should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required? Did you know planning permission is required to clear land by mechanical means? You should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required.
Boating, fishing, and water sports in the Cayman Islands are great, but keep a cool head. Here are 7 tips for fun and safe sea outings. Number 1. Use a checklist to plan your outing. Check the weather forecast, make a float plan, and share it with someone who is remaining on land, stating where you're going, with whom, and when you're expected to return. Visit your nearest marine supply store to get your safety gear. This includes signaling mirrors, whistles, and a flare kit. It's also very important to have onboard flotation devices and life vests for each person. There are different types of vests. Some are for water sport activities such as snorkeling, and others are for going on offshore boating or on fishing trips. Number 2. These items can be lifesavers in case of an accident or bad weather. Number 3. Use a motor kill switch, especially if you're boating alone. In case of a leak or breakdown, always stay with the boat until help arrives. If you capsize, an emergency beacon or locator device can send a distress signal to inform the authorities of your location. Larger flares will indicate distress to a boat, airplane, or search and rescue officials. Number 4. In addition to sunscreen, food, and beverages, it would be smart to have a cell phone. Make sure your marine radio works. Cayman's boaters use Channel 16 to communicate. Number 5. Also, don't forget your anchor and sufficient rope. Number 6. Boat operators should be familiar with the local waters and reefs, as well as the capabilities and functions of the vessels they are using. Always obey the rules of the sea and the marine environment, and have courtesy for others. Number 7. Alcohol and salt water do not mix, especially if you're the captain. Some useful contact numbers are 911. The RCIPS Marine Base is 649-7710, and the Port Authority is 949-2055. Smooth sailing, all!
Did you know that planning permission is required for an addition, alteration, or any material change to your house? The 10% rule no longer exists. Did you know you should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required?